day 50 of me recording my journey from zero to $30,000 a month. I wouldn't necessarily call it a pivot, but what I'm doing right now is like what I'm about to do is start complete different strategy than what I've been doing. So I just start. I was pitching. I was trying to pitch business owner on on my SEO for my SEO services, and then I kind of like tweak it into like marketing services, SMMA. Just to realize that most business owners, they don't give a fuck about, out of there like SEO, SMMA. They don't give a fuck about any of them. They just need client. And I remember I was watching uh, Charlie Morgan. Charlie Morgan had some type of SMMA course, we could call it, on YouTube. And he actually kind of talk about that they just need client coming to the door. They don't care about all these like they don't care about the process. They just need client. And I've like throughout this journey, I kind of been experimenting with all this approach to get me to the door. Just realize that the doesn't matter how I get there. I just need to get them client. So that's why when I'm about to start pitching, I'm gonna skip all that jargon and just kind of like promise them client. So the strategy that I came up with, I think I got it from watching Castro YouTube video. And so what he did is kind of like when he got like so when he was trying to learn client, he kind of like pitched them, and then he pay for everything up front, and then sometimes he get so since he's not like that good in service delivery, he kind of like hire people who's like good at media buying and Facebook and ads in general, probably like Google and Facebook ad, and then like watch them like and then kind of like get them to like deliver the service. I don't think I'm actually gonna do that because I've experimented with ad quite a bit in 2020, like around 2022, 2023. I experiment with Facebook ad, Instagram ad, TikTok ad. So I've got a little bit of experience under my belt, but I'm not like I've been able to attract lead from meta ads, but I was doing it for like e-commerce store, like trying to sell like cheap product from China. Now I'm in the big lead. I'm trying to like get high ticket client from other businesses like roofing and I don't know, contractor, HVAC. But like right now my focus is roofing. So I think you could call it some type of brute de force strategy. I've been going over that strategy because I'm about to put my own money to. There's a saying in business that the person who pay for the most for the client usually get the client, and I'm about to put my own money on the line to land the client, and by paying for the ads up front, because most business owners they don't care as long as you get them client. I remember I went on a sales meeting uh, with a roofing company on, and it was like torn between two agencies that wouldn't let him go, and they didn't even want to give him like the access to his website account. So most of them, they're like they just know how to do the work, but not like uh, the marketing side of it, technical side of it to attract client. They just do the work, so like this guy for example, he was in roofing, so they just know how to do roofing. They're not like really integrated with new tech. So that's like that's one of the strategy I'm gonna test putting my own money on the line to bring them client, and then once I bring them client, then I start, stabilize the system by implementing. Because you can say SEO is like a long-term game, because typically you don't see result from SEO. You start seeing result from SEO after 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, like kind of like snowball, and then so not just SEO. I'm gonna like so like once I get them clients to prove that my system work, I kind of like implement organic strategy inside kind of with SEO, and then social media content. I've been watching the latest video of Castro, and kind of talk about how to like there's a series of video that need to be on on the page, so that customer are like used to your profile, used to the account. And he actually talk about like how many minutes of video that the prospect need to watch of you. And for the strategy that I have in mind, I already have one prospect in mind. I think it was like the first roofing company that I ever called and I went on the sale meeting with. And so I think I might start experimenting with him, because I don't need, because he was torn between two agency, and I don't need the agency to, since I'm gonna put my own money on the line. I don't think I'm gonna need access to his website or like Google account. I can just use my own Meta account to like bring him leads, and then once he can see what I can do and what I can deliver, I think he should be more comfortable leaving the agency. But right now, I'm still thinking it through. So this strategy is, you can call it business. So in business, you're taking risks every day, and you should be ready to take a risk every day, and that's what I'm willing to do to acquire client, even though the CAC gonna be high. But I'm ready to go on attack mode, especially because the agency in my area that I'm in, they're not like, at least the one that I'm aware of, they're not like on game, like like I'm trying to be. They're not like hungry like me. So you can say that it's gonna not necessarily like, I think you could call it high risk, high rewards, but not really high risk, because I'm putting so much thought and strategy into it, and I have so much skin on the game, that I'm hoping that all my mental brain power gonna be dedicated to make it work. So yeah, that's the strategy. I don't know how much I'm gonna be spending. Probably like at least 1,000. Yeah, since I'm gonna test that strategy with multiple prospect, yeah, probably 1,000. But typically, I'm probably gonna be needing around 200 or like 400 to truly test it, because I don't think I've experimented with Facebook ads, with Meta ads, but right now I'm gonna like sprinkle a little bit of Google. I might sprinkle a little bit of Google ads, because I haven't experimented with Google ads in the past, but since I've been deep into SEO, I think it's time to test Google ads maybe. But I'm still taking through the strategy. So that's the strategy for that I came up with today. I've been putting so much thought into it, because it's been day 50. I've got prospects since I sent proposal, sales call, meeting call. Now it's time for me to get client, and that's why I'm thinking about going aggressive. Really, that's why I think I'm about to go aggressive, and get some skin in the game and start playing. That's it for the 50, and I think I'm about to up to date for what's coming in the next coming days, and how I'm gonna follow up with that strategy.